and now it appears near the top. And now if we float it to the left, let's inspect the element to get the wrapper element here, and let's set it to float left, and now brings it in rough alignment with the rest of the information here. So the only thing that seems a bit off is that this is bumped down a little bit, probably because of some extra margin. If we look at the mockup, it looks like the alignment of the top of this text is in line with the top of this text. So we should be able to fix that by removing the top margin on this paragraph. Let's take a look and see if we can do that. I'll inspect the element, and if I set the margin, and it doesn't have a lot of margin on the top, and we set it to 0, and it brings it a little closer, but it still doesn't look quite aligned. If we draw a line across here, you can see that we're still a few pixels off. So if we wanted to fix this to bump it up a little bit, we could use a negative margin. So if we select our wrapper div here, where we added the float left, we could also set the margin top to a negative value. Let's try -5 pixels. All right, that's pretty close. We can bump it up a little bit more to -7, and that brings it more in alignment with the text here. So as we make this permanent, we're just going to take the contact info class, the site footer contact info class, and add a float left and a margin top -7 pixels. Though because this extra margin has to do with font size, we'll probably want to convert this to a relative value, that is using rems instead. So let's go to our code, and let's scroll up to our contact info div here, and we're going to float this left and give it a margin top of -7 pixels, but we'll pass this through the px2 rem. Again, at this point, we know we want to use relative values when we're dealing with text, but then when we're dealing with horizontal layout specifically, we want to use pixels or absolute units. So